Hello there, my very good friends, and a warm welcome and good afternoons to you. On this video, we're going to ask the question, what the hell is going on with Bryan Danielson? What's his future? Is he retiring? I don't know.
I'm going to bring you a major update on Bobby Lashley's future.
Where the hell is Stephanie Vaquer?
And AEW blown away by All In Texas press conference. I'm Adam Wilborn.
And I'm Andy Murray.
Great to have you back again.
It's
And
good to be
if
back.
you want to know the bollocks, check the morning news video. This is the after news.
Yeah, we actually got an exclusive from one T Deadman on this morning's
special
video.
appearance on the morning news.
So check that one out. We talk all kinds of stuff. What did we even talk about again? Triple H, Twitter.
Yes.
He loves Twitter.
And
hey.
everything's gone wrong for Cody Rhodes, but it's not his fault.
Yeah, silly sausage. Right, let's talk about Bryan Danielson. Big week for him.
Last ever week of his wrestling career.
Yeah, he's doing the if I lose, I'm going to retire. He's facing Swerve. It's all in. It's quite unpredictable, the match, I think. Can't pick a winner.
It is weird for a title versus career match. You can't actually call it. Normally, you're like, well, they're not going to stop wrestling, but it could happen with Bryan Danielson.
That's the thing, because the thing about Bryan Danielson is that when he talks about his career, I don't believe a word of it. Because he's a little worker. But he has spoken to Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful ahead of All In and talking about his contractual situation, because remember that report about his contract expiring on the 1st of August and all that stuff? Well, Danielson told Sean that he still isn't under contract to AEW despite going to work All In. He told Sean he has not extended it and that he has no contract at the moment. He is going to explore options when the time comes, apparently, but his priority after ending this in-ring run is getting his neck fixed. Healing up the neck,
Makes
and
sense.
that means surgery sooner rather than later. He said he wants to help AEW where he can and says he's willing to participate if AEW will have him. Now, Sean asked him if anyone had reached out. Anyone else had reached out about him not being under contract. Danielson said no, but then he said he also has apparently 4,000 unread text messages on his phone. So theoretically, there might be inquiries in there. He just hasn't read them.
A man after my own heart there.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I don't think you need to be concerned if you're an AEW fan about this. I don't think he's going to be showing up on SmackDown a week after losing to Swerve or whatever.
Taking neck bumps.
But yeah, he's got a great relationship, obviously, with both companies. I honestly cannot call Sunday. I can see both things stretching out in front of me. I can see Swerve winning, Danielson retiring and getting his neck fixed and saying, kind of, that's it. I want to go out on the big show that we do. And maybe you do, I don't know, Swerve and Hangman at All Out or something, because it's only a couple of weeks after All In, of course. Yeah. But you can also see Swerve dropping the title, still fighting Hangman, but with non-title, just kicking each other's ass All Out, and Danielson having a run with the title, whether that be 2 weeks or 2 years. I genuinely can't call, and I don't know actually what I want to happen, because I don't want Bryan Danielson to stop wrestling. I enjoy watching him, but I also really enjoy Swerve as world champion.
Yeah, I think there are ways you can go. I think that in this day and age, it's very tempting to jump to conclusions and go, oh, Swerve losing would be terrible. Oh, Danielson losing would be terrible, blah, blah, blah. But I think there's ways you can do both that would come off well, especially if you get Hangman involved. And look, I'm a clean finish guy. I'm not usually for the interferences and stuff. But Swerve and Hangman is AEW's rivalry of this era of the company. For me, this is like, it's it goes Hangman versus Kenny, it goes MJF versus CM Punk, and now it's Hangman versus Swerve. Those are AEW's legacy rivalries, and I think it's totally fine if you want to involve that in the main event somehow. But yeah, I really enjoy the fact that it's quite hard to predict. I love both of these people. Like, I think Swerve has done a tremendous job as champion. I think Bryan Danielson's probably the greatest wrestler of all time. So I'm locked in. I'm totally into it.
Really excited for Sunday. Of course, we're going to be there in attendance. So, try and spot us. Come to our live show, whatculture.com/tickets. And, stick around afterwards. Not only for what went down in ups and downs outside Wembley Stadium. I'm very excited. I didn't get to go last year, of course.
Yeah. No, I don't get to go.
Oh.
I got a wedding, a family wedding.
But, and then after that, we have Sweet Chin Disco, which is sold out. But there will be limited tickets available on the door for that. But our live show, there are tickets still available. whatculture.com/tickets.
Buy one.
Someone who could make a surprise appearance at All In.
Him.
Is
this guy.
Well, technically, I suppose he could. It'd be slightly more surprising.
It'd be bizarre.
Than if Bobby Lashley shows up in AEW. A report coming through from the brilliant Ebu of Wrestle Purists, of course, friend of the channel, who says that Bobby Lashley is going to be going to AEW. No word as to when that is going to be. I'm not saying he's going to definitely be at All In, but also on the way he's going to make some pit stops in Bloodsport and Japan.
Yes.
It doesn't limit this where in Japan. Maybe just going on holiday. I don't know. Eventually we are getting Bobby Lashley in AEW. We referenced it on the morning news. I just can't wait to see what that looks like, Andy.
So what I'm hearing here is that before going to AEW, Bobby Lashley is going to fight Jean-Claude Van Damme in Japan. Sensational. Let's do it.
You would love it.
It would. It would be tremendous. I love Bobby Lashley.
Yeah.
Anytime we've ever done a video and it's been like, who's your favorite WWE wrestler? My answer is Bobby Lashley.
Yeah.
I think he's awesome. I think it's a real shame that he hadn't been booked particularly well over these past couple of years because he was really onto something during his World Heavyweight Champion era, or his WWE I forget the title names. I'm stupid.
He's a weird sort of miss by Triple H. He's just sort of, they went, I'll put you with Street Profits and not really do anything.
Yeah, it sucks because Bobby Lashley rocks.
Yeah.
So I'm really looking forward to whatever the heck he does next. I'd love to see him in Japan. But when he was out of WWE previously, before this last run, he went to Mexico and had a fun little tour over there. That was awesome as well. He's really fun against smaller, faster opponents.
He's had an MMA career as well, hasn't he?
He has, yeah. Let's
look to whoever faces him in Bloodsport. Jesus.
Yeah, maybe we'll skip the part where we talk about his MMA career for Bobby's sake. But I love Bobby Lashley. He's someone who I associate so strongly with WWE, even though he's wrestled elsewhere, that seeing him somewhere else is very cool and exciting and fresh to me. So I'm into it.
It's funny, I was watching an old Wrestling with a Regret video the other day, shout out to Brian Zane, about like dropped storylines, and I was reminded of the Liv and Lana thing as part of Bobby Lashley and Lana's wedding, and I thought, what a different time 2019 was, eh? But yeah, after that, he went on to just amazing things as world champion, defeating Drew McIntyre in that WrestleMania opener, of course. Well, we all thought Drew was finally going to win in front of a crowd. Nope. But now he's heading to AEW. For me, I'd reunite him with Leo Rush so he can show off his assets.
Oh, no, don't do that.
Or Andy Murray. It's been a while. Let's pick his first opponent.
Oh, hey, we haven't done this in ages.
We can exclusively reveal
Bob Lashley's first opponent in AEW is none other than, I don't think they work there anymore, Cole Carter.
Right, he's not wrestling Kiera Hogan.
No, I don't think so. Let's try again.
No.
Stop
picking female wrestlers, Adam.
Matt Jackson. That would be really good, actually. I'm okay with that. Bandido. That would also be good.
Let us know what you'd like to see Bobby Lashley do, though, in the comments.
I'd like to see him and Leo Rush back. Not doing the butt clench thing, but him and Leo were great together. And Leo rocks. And like MVP, like he's leaving. There's been a bit of speculation with him. I like MVP a lot in that managerial role. The three of them together would be really cool.
I have a feeling Chris Jericho is going to want to involve himself in Bobby Lashley.
Get Chris Jericho in da bin. Shall we talk about something else?
Please.
Let's talk about Stephanie Vaquer. That sounds good in an Aberdonian accent. Aye, Stephanie Vaquer.
Vaquer? Apologies, Steph.
Take Stephanie Vaquer down to Fiends and get a sausage roll, Ken.
Really highly anticipated, because obviously she had that, well, not breakout, she was already well known, but that performance against Mercedes, and then we all assumed she was all elite. That's not the case.
Breakout year. She's signed to WWE, but what the heck? What's going on? Where has she gone?
I'm waiting for her. NXT's my favourite show.
Where did you go, Steph? Well, PW Insider have the scoop ski. So obviously she signed with WWE. That was reported in July. She worked those couple of house shows in Mexico, like 3 days after working CMLL, where she wrestled Tessa Blanchard. Remember her? But yeah, she cancelled all of her appearances, like her upcoming shows, all these things, all these dates. Apparently caused a bit of a friction-y thing in CMLL and all this other stuff. So caused a bit of controversy, cancelled all her dates, signed with WWE. Hasn't done anything since. The reason is visa issues. PW Insider notes that she's been delayed in getting into WWE due to visa issues. Once that is sorted, she'll be heading to the States. So it's not just a case of they've signed her and put her on ice. They haven't just signed her and gone, oh, well, that's you done. That would be silly, because she's really good. So yeah, I think it's a great pickup. And yeah, she is, I think, from like a very young age, she really wanted to sign with WWE. Yeah. It's like always been her dream and stuff. So it's cool to see that come to realization. I can't speak.
The women's division has vastly improved in AEW, but it's understandable, that she would want to go to WWE. And it has felt like watching NXT week in, week out, like I thankfully get to do as part of my job. It does feel like Roxanne Perez, the NXT Women's Champion, is kind of just treading water right now.
She's
having some rematches. Whether they're waiting for a return of Cora Jade, of course, who's coming back from injury. Julia is another one who's obviously showcased. I was about to call it Takeover. Stand and deliver, She was in the crowd going, "What are they cheering for? Me!"
Oh yeah.
But she has been referenced along with Stephanie Vaquer, apologies again, by Roxanne Perez. You would assume both Julia and Steph are going to have a brief run at least in NXT just to get the feel of things.
Delta from Australia as well coming in. Not someone I'm super familiar with, but someone who's been getting a bit
Yes. Yeah, there was a big graphic with the three of them on, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, like you cannot fault the focus on women's wrestling in NXT in particular. Most weeks it feels like there's like half the show. It's good. It's progress.
It feels like Roxanne Perez she's been due a call up to the main roster for about a year now. And you sense that when these people show up, they're going to be like, right, thanks, but let's get you on the main roster because he's getting busy in NXT.
Yeah, it is, and there's only so many torn ACLs that promotion can that's like an epidemic down there. It's mental.
At least they've got a women's North American title now, so it's not like there's only one prize up for grabs. You can potentially give one to Julia, one to Steph. I don't know, but I'm excited to see what they all do when they arrive eventually.
Yeah, definitely.
It's annoying with these sort of visa issues whenever you hear about these things because it's not the wrestler's fault, really.
Yeah, it's like real world rules hurting. It's like when Mike Bailey got banned from the USA for like 5 years or whatever it was.
Not all bad news. We got him in WCPW.
There you go.
All that,
there you go. DDT, he was over there.
Yeah, now he's kicking ass in TNA. Great. Really like Mike Bailey. Yeah. And I hope he's another one of those names that pops over from TNA to NXT to make an appearance because he's been someone I've been, since we had him in WCPW, I've gone, well, that guy's the future there.
Him and Ben Carter would be really... What, the Ben Carter? Nathan Fraser.
I'm
still living in 2021 here. That would be sick. Yeah. That'd be tremendous.
Yeah. Or Wesley.
Tasty.
Evil Wesley.
I'd like to see what he does against Obafemi. The big man versus Mike Bailey.
Jesus. Sorry, Mike. Right, let's talk about All In. Not the one that's coming up this weekend, of course, that we're going to be in attendance for. whatculture.com/tickets. Have I already mentioned that? I'm talking about All In Texas. Yes, those gits down south have taken All In away from us. It was announced...
that was me tipping my cowboy hat.
Just last week. They are going to be heading there in 2025. And AEW have been blown away, according to Peter Insider, by the level of attention they received at the All In Texas press conference. One source stating that they felt this is easily the best press conference the company has ever produced. It's been a mixed bag, let's be perfectly honest, over the years, AEW press conferences, but I'm excited for All In Texas. We are getting some show here in the UK from AEW next year, but probably not Wembley. Nevertheless, they're doing a big swing. They're going to Australia as well, aren't they, next year?
Yeah, that was reported last week, wasn't it? Yeah, exciting stuff. Presumably there was no Mindy's Cupcakes at this press conference here. But yeah, I love it when these stories come out. It's like promotion does a thing and they like it. You get them over at WWE every week. It's like WWE liked the show. Like, I love it. I think them going to Texas next year is a good idea. I think that it's very ambitious to do it in the same massive stadium every single year.
Yes.
Because diminishing returns will kick in. I'm not with the crowd that is somehow pretending that 50,000 fans this year is a bad number. That's completely unhinged. But go to Texas. It's a different market. You're not burning London out completely. You'll come back because, like spending a couple of £100 every year to go to the show is quite a lot for a lot of people. Look, and speaking as someone whose the family member is moving to Texas next year, I'll probably go.
Hey.
So that's nice. But yeah, I think it's wise. I think it's a smart thing to do. And also the stadium, the baseball stadium.
I think so, yeah.
It looks incredible. It looks different, which I like. I'm looking forward to seeing some wrestling in it.
Yeah, I'm having been lucky enough to go to Texas when Mania was there the other year. Oh my God, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm very proud to be British, but the food in Texas was incredible.
I can't wait.
So even if they're just going for the food, I completely understand it. If they were like, yeah, let's go and have some really nice barbecue rather than jellied eels. I don't know, what else do we feed them here in London? Fish and chips.
Yeah, British cuisine is, British people, ourselves included, we like to pretend that our food isn't kind of bad.
Yeah.
But it's kind of bad.
When you boil it down past the sort of stuff we've nicked from other countries,
Hey, the tikka masala was invented in Glasgow.
Yeah.
So.
Do you like pie? I mean, I like pie, but
Fish and chips is good. Pie and mash is good.
Yeah.
But look, Mexican food is at a different level. Tex-Mex is a different level.
Oh.
Japanese food, Greek, Italian, different levels. There's levels to this ish in Britain. We need to step our game up.
and that means also Wembley's free next year if WWE wants to do a show there.
Yeah, maybe do a 2-night SummerSlam there. Hey, that'd be good. Shows.
Yeah, I'm really excited for that.
Just like going to shows.
Yeah.
What do you think WWE will do? AEW will do in the UK instead? Tour?
I
maybe?
don't know. I'm hoping a tour. Yeah, Sid sort of implied, please come to Newcastle, which would be awesome. But also, yeah, maybe that sort of Dynamite they're doing this week, obviously ahead of All In, is them dipping the toe in the water. Obviously, attendances haven't been what they were for AEW Dynamite, and I think taking it to a new place. They've tried new things, obviously, with the residency and stuff. Bringing it to the UK for I don't know whether a few weeks, a month, or whatever. Traveling the country, you've got a lot of AEW fans here, as exemplified by the All-In ticket sales. I'd love to see it. I hope we get something like that, and I think we deserve it.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we deserve it.
Yeah,
specifically
for staying up all the bloody time for those shows. You better come back here next year, Tony.
I do love the head loss whenever there's one on a European time zone. What are we gonna? How are we gonna watch it? Well,
oh no, a show in Australia, one show a year. Oh no, I've got to wake up early.
it's
You're
nice
kidding
for us.
me with this. With AEW and WWE, you have to stay up to 5 a.m. watching these shows.
Did the UFC not hold a show in Manchester recently?
Don't
And it
get me
started
started.
at 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Don't do that if you come over here.
Yay! We got the main event time. Wake up.
Yeah, that would be weird. The whole arena must have been like.
Yeah. And I think Leon Edwards lost as well.
Oh, good.
And he understandably went, because I was flipping knackered. That's why.
Yeah.
I'm not used to fighting at 6 a.m. in the morning. It reminds me of a show. I can't remember what company did it, but they were on terrestrial TV here in the UK, and their main event got cut off by Peppa Pig because the watershed kicked back in or ended or whatever, and it was right, you can't have men kicking the crap out of each other at 6 a.m. on a Saturday morning.
Imagine the cut like a punch is just about to hit a face and Peppa Pig appears on the
I'd
screen.
love to punch Peppa Pig in the face.
Right in the snout.
Daddy Pig for life, let's go.
Let's go.
Let us know which is your favourite of the Peppa Pig characters and all your thoughts on everything we've discussed in the comment section below. Like, share, subscribe. And if you're thinking, what was the bollocks you got up to on the morning news? Well, it's available right here.
Bye.
Bye.